This ending is everything that I could have hoped for. And I think the big thing is that Peter Parker faces the consequences of his actions, and he comes to realize the only way to save everything is to get Doctor Strange to finish the spell so that everyone will forget Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And Doctor Strange explains to him that everyone's going to forget he exists, and he shares a nice emotional moment with Michelle and Ned. You know, he and Ned do the handshake that they do, and he and Michelle kiss. And then the spell happens, and the entire world not only forgets that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but they also seem to forget Peter Parker exists. We see Peter mourning May at her grave, and Happy Hogan shows up. Happy doesn't know who he is. Peter lies to him. We see Peter has moved into a crappy little apartment by himself. It's this shitty little thing. And we see, the last thing we see is he has a brand new red and blue suit, which I wish we could see more of in the film, but again, whatever. And he swings off into the night. This ending is magnificent, and I'm very excited to see where the MCU Spider-Man goes next. Having Peter lose everything he fought so hard to protect is wonderful. It's a real Spider-Man ending, if I'm being completely honest, because Peter's screwed, right? His aunt's dead, so he doesn't have any family left. His friends don't know who he is. He essentially is starting from ground zero, and I really like that. So I think they are doing another trilogy, and I'm willing to bet that's going to focus on college. If I had to take a guess as to what the next Spider-Man trilogy is going to be, I think they're going to introduce... Gwen would be great to see. I'd like to see another version of Gwen. I think we're definitely getting Peter in the black suit, because in the post-credits scene, we see Tom Hardy's Venom at a bar. He's getting the lore of the MCU explained to him, and then Doctor Strange's spell happens, and he ends up disappearing back to his own universe. And we see there's a small bit of the symbiote left. So I think it's safe to say that we are going to get Peter in the black suit, which is interesting. My guess is if they're not going to have Tom Hardy Venom meet Spider-Man, then they'll just introduce another Eddie Brock in the MCU. Maybe this Eddie Brock will actually be an asshole as opposed to the version in the Venom movie. And then my guess we'll do the Venom saga somewhat. I don't think we'll do Carnage again, or maybe we will. So we're going to get probably a Sinister Six at some point. I don't really know what's happening with Morbius, and there's apparently a Kraven movie coming. I don't know what's happening with them. But yeah, I think No Way Home is genuinely one of the better MCU films, and I'm definitely going to watch it a lot more in the future, because I really do enjoy it, and I want to pick up on a lot of things. I'd like to experience it without the crowd of a movie theater. This is far-fetched, but I would like to see a continuation of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, whether it's giving him Amazing Spider-Man 3 after all this time, or like a mini-series, or having him appear in maybe the Kraven movie or something, but I really do want to see Andrew Spider-Man again. I think there's a lot of potential to see him in another solo story, especially after No Way Home, continuing his arc of mourning and all that. And I just really like Andrew Garfield. He's a phenomenal actor. I'd love to see him come back as Spidey again. But at the same time, I also don't think we're going to see Tobey and Andrew again. This film kind of gave us a good closure for them. And if we never see them in those roles again, I'm fine with it. If we do get them again somehow through some miracle, that would be great too. Apparently there was a post-credits scene which showed a teaser for Doctor Strange 2, but I didn't see that because I didn't know there were two scenes. But apparently Doctor Strange 2 is going to feature cameos from other old Marvel characters, and I can only hope that the X-Men or the Fantastic Four will show up. I think it'd be really cool if they got the old Fantastic Four to come back. To conclude, to wrap up this spicy little video, Spider-Man No Way Home is genuinely one of the best superhero movies of the last few years. It is magnificent, and despite a few problems here and there, a couple jokes don't quite land, Aunt May's death doesn't quite have the gut punch you want it to, I do think it's a pretty solid movie. I think it's better than the first two MCU Spider-Man movies. I think it's really good. Overall, I'm happy. I'm pleasantly surprised by this movie. I was expecting it to be kind of a dumpster fire, I'm not gonna lie. Sony has a track record of ruining these things, so I'm surprised that this movie was comprehensible and actually really, really good. So, yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you watched all the way through, thanks. And I will see you all next time. Tozzerino is going out. Bye.